Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Adam Pearce was left furious on WWE Raw, and he sent Nick Aldis a warning during the show after a star's horrible actions almost ended Jey Uso's career. The stars were there on Raw and interrupted two others, attacking them and trying to leave them injured and unable to move. On Raw this week, Jimmy Uso was supposed to be there to talk with and greet Jey Uso. The two stars reunited last week, and this week they opened Raw and talked about what was next for them. They didn't get too far into fixing their broken relationship though, as they were interrupted by the forces that had brought them together in the first place, the Bloodline. Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu emerged, and they went for Jimmy and Jey Uso immediately. They tied Jimmy up in the ropes after attacking him, and then put a chair around Jey's neck. They were looking to break his neck with a hip attack from Jacob Fatu, but he was able to get the chair away and launched it at him. The two then started hitting superkicks and sent the Bloodline retreating. Backstage, Adam Pearce blamed Nick Aldis for the issue, saying that the Bloodline were not supposed to be there and he had to control his roster going forward. He shouted at him over the phone, clearly very furious. The tensions on WWE Raw reached new heights this week as Adam Pearce, the WWE authority figure and a behind-the-scenes enforcer of order, found himself in a heated dispute with SmackDown's new general manager, Nick Aldis. The crux of the clash: a brutal and potentially career-ending attack on Jey Uso by a rival WWE star. As the fallout from this high-stakes incident continues to shake the WWE universe, Pearce didn't hesitate to lay the blame squarely at Aldis's feet. This ongoing tension between two of WWE's top executives adds yet another layer to the unpredictable dynamics within WWE, with both Pearce and Aldis now engaged in a battle for control and responsibility that could alter the very structure of Raw and SmackDown. On this week's episode of Raw, Jey Uso found himself the target of an unexpected and vicious ambush. With the Bloodline storyline brewing intense rivalries across the roster, it wasn't surprising to see Jey at the center of some fierce opposition. However, the level of ferocity this time was different. A WWE star, rumored to be acting on hidden orders, targeted Jey Uso in a way that seemed designed to send a message. The attack left Jey injured, with onlookers questioning whether this was intended as an attempt to sideline him permanently. Following this incident, Adam Pearce emerged backstage to address the WWE universe, furious about the assault on Jey. Pearce expressed his concerns and put the responsibility on Nick Aldis. Pearce's frustration was apparent as he addressed Aldis's lax attitude toward interbrand tensions, suggesting that Aldis was failing in his duties as SmackDown GM to maintain a sense of order and keep his talent in line. Pearce said, "This isn't a playground for SmackDown stars to come and wreak havoc on Raw. Nick Aldis needs to rein in his roster before someone gets seriously hurt." With emotions running high, it's clear Pearce's patience with Aldis has worn thin. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have always had an unspoken tension. With Pearce's extensive history in WWE, he's familiar with the inner workings and politics of keeping a balanced locker room. Aldis, on the other hand, is a fresh GM, recently stepping into his role on SmackDown with a more aggressive, laissez-faire style. Where Pearce advocates for discipline and clear boundaries, Aldis has shown himself willing to let SmackDown stars push those limits, even if it means risking their safety or the cohesion of the WWE roster. The tension escalated recently when Aldis made waves by encouraging SmackDown stars to make an impact wherever they could. This open-ended endorsement of aggression has led many to believe that the attack on Jey Uso was part of Aldis's efforts to boost the brand's profile, even at the cost of crossing boundaries with Raw. Aldis's style has clearly irked Pearce, who sees Aldis's relaxed rules as a direct threat to his hard-won structure on Raw. Following the assault on Jey Uso, Pearce publicly confronted Aldis, saying, "If you want chaos, Nick, You're going to get it. But don't think I'll stand by and let SmackDown's mess spill over onto Raw without consequence. The confrontation sent shockwaves through the WWE, with fans buzzing about how this behind-the-scenes power struggle could impact upcoming storylines. Adam Pearce's message to Nick Aldis was more than just a warning, was a challenge. For Pearce, allowing WWE stars to cross between brands without limits is dangerous, as it brings unchecked rivalries into an environment that can quickly spiral out of control. Pearce's belief in creating a stable and disciplined show has been tested, and Aldis's approach flies in the face of his efforts. In a fiery address, Pearce warned Aldis, "If you don't control your roster, I will. This is my show, and I won't stand for any more acts of cowardice targeting my talent. Let this be the last time SmackDown stars cross a line without repercussions." This declaration wasn't just about JUSO's attack. It was Pearce's way of telling Aldis that if he didn't handle his roster, Pearce would. And fans are speculating that Pearce might introduce consequences for SmackDown superstars who meddle in Raw affairs, possibly even issuing suspensions or cross-brand fines. In doing so, Pearce could set new boundaries, creating a barrier to stop SmackDown stars from freely interfering on Raw. JUSO's resilience is legendary. Known as one of WWE's most fiery and determined superstars, Jay has overcome countless obstacles in his career, many stemming from the intense family dynamics within the bloodline. Yet, this attack has put him in a precarious position. It's not just about the physical injury, it's about the message sent. As a former member of the bloodline, and now part of Raw, Jay has found himself in the crosshairs of numerous adversaries. With Aldis possibly encouraging his SmackDown roster to target Jay, this could signify that certain stars are eager to eliminate him as a threat, especially with his recent growth in popularity. For Jay, the question becomes whether he'll look to Pearce for protection, or if he'll take matters into his own hands and retaliate, escalating the feud between Raw and SmackDown even further. The rivalry between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis may be the start of a broader storyline of brand loyalty and competition between Raw and SmackDown. If this skirmish over JUSO leads to further disputes between Pearce and Aldis, WWE could be setting the stage for a full-blown brand war. This storyline could involve Raw and SmackDown stars feuding across both shows, with Pearce and Aldis pushing for dominance, making this conflict personal. In response, fans are already speculating about possible matches where Pearce's and Aldis's factions square off in Survivor Series-style brand supremacy battles. Imagine RAW's top superstars, aligned under Pearce's disciplined banner, squaring off against SmackDown's Mavericks, rallied by Aldis's rule-bending philosophy. This could elevate existing storylines while introducing fresh rivalries across both brands. Additionally, Pearce has hinted at implementing tighter security and even barring certain SmackDown superstars from Raw events as a temporary fix until Aldis takes responsibility. He stated, "We'll do whatever it takes to protect Raw from this reckless behavior, even if it means blocking certain SmackDown wrestlers from entering the building." This type of restriction could keep Raw safe, but would also ramp up the drama, with SmackDown stars potentially fighting to invade Raw. The WWE Universe has been quick to react to this unfolding drama, with fans choosing sides between Pearce's structured approach and Aldis's more chaotic, anything-goes mentality. Many see Pearce as the protector of tradition, while others appreciate Aldis's willingness to shake things up and let superstars follow their instincts, even if it leads to unpredictable outcomes. One fan tweeted, "Adam Pearce is just trying to keep things safe, but Aldis is bringing excitement back. SmackDown stars know no limits, and I love it." Another disagreed, "We need order, not chaos. Aldis's antics are out of control, and I hope Pearce sets him straight." As the dust settles after the shocking attack on JUSO, one thing is clear. This feud between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis is far from over. With both men refusing to back down, WWE fans can expect tensions to keep rising as Pearce and Aldis assert their authority and attempt to control the increasingly volatile landscape of Raw and SmackDown.